Hi everyone. Today I want to talk about something very dark but also very important. The murders that happened in 1969 involving Charles Manson and his so-called family. This crime shocked not only Hollywood but the entire United States, changing the way how people thought about fame, justice, and safety. And personally, I think it shows how deeply mental health and manipulation can affect society. Before August 1969, most people have never heard of Charles Manson. Had they? He had just been a drifter, charismatic, yes, but no one could have imagined what he was planning. Um, by the time the police realized what had happened, five innocent people had already been brutally murdered, including actress Sharon Tate, who has been 8.5 months pregnant. It's terrifying, isn't it? Now, if Manson hadn't had a strange influence over his followers, maybe they would have never done what they did. But he had already built um, a strong emotional control over them. Um, he manipulated their fears and their dreams. Some say he represents the dark side of the 60s counterculture, and unfortunately, he had known exactly. And what changed after that? A lot. People stopped feeling safe. Even celebrities. Suddenly, faith didn't mean protection. After the Manson murders, Hollywood felt more vulnerable. Some said it was the end of an era, the end of that dream of peace and freedom. People had started locking their dogs, getting security, and living in fear. But here's something I've talked about it. Feels like sometimes justice works faster or more visibly when a crime involves someone famous, doesn't it? In Sharon State case, the world pay attention immediately. But what about countries like Colombia, where tragedies like the Poseto massacre happened and didn't get nearly as much international because the Poseto case, 13 young people were brutally killed. It didn't receive the same attention or the same level of justice. Or think about Garavito. He had abused and killed so many children. It's honestly hard to believe someone could do that. And yet, for a long time, people didn't even know his name. If his victim has been rich or famous, would things have been differently? That's the sad part. Some people paint more visible than others, and justice should work that way, should it? And here's where mental health come in. If society had paid more attention to the mental health of vulnerable people, maybe some of these tragedies wouldn't have happened. In better support system, maybe things could have gone differently. We all need some help sometimes. Don't we? Also, I want to mention the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Tarantino made something very interesting. He reimagined that terrible night and gave it a happy ending.
The
The
characters found back, and the murders didn't happen. It's fiction, of course, but it makes you think, what if real life had worked that way? If someone had arrived 5 minutes earlier, if Manson followers had changed their minds, sometimes those what ifs are painful but necessary. So, in the end, this history isn't just about Manson or Hollywood, it's about how we treat mental health, how we talk about justice, and how we remember victims, famous or not. Because everyone deserves protection and everyone deserves to be heard, right? Thank you so much.